Hi, it's Laura from the Nurse Honor Guard, Piedmont, North Carolina. I'm going to give you a few tips and tricks for the service. Now, I've shown you what's in the kit previously, and I will show you the things that you absolutely must have. And we usually pull these out and have them ready during the service. I guess I'll start at the beginning. Before the service starts, pick up the rose and get the lamp out and make sure it's not broken before I put it in the package. If you've ever burned candles, you know, scratch the wax off, but since these are lit prior to the service, I usually pre-light it before I even go to the church or the funeral home so that I know it will light easily when I go. If your job is to carry the lamp, I recommend you drop the lighter in your pocket. Sometimes there's just a little enough breeze created with walking that blows your candle out, and it does look best if we keep it lit throughout the service. The second roll we have is the triangle. Triangle is an easy instrument anyone can play, but there are things that make it better. The way it conducts sound is it needs to have air hit it, like bells. If you touch it with your fingers, it makes the sound change. So there's this little string and it loops on there. So you just hold it by the string, nothing fancy. And it has a little dinger. Nice official nurse word. And when you come time to use this, you just strike it one time and then let the sound rebound around the room a little bit with the acoustics. We do this during the last roll call. Call the person's name, Nurse Nancy, Nurse Nancy, Nurse Nancy. And so you see there's not a whole lot to it. We did have the ribbon go missing once, and we just faked it this way. It's not as pretty of a sound, I'll show you. See, it kind of shortens the sound. That's why there's extra ribbon in the kit. The other roll is the rose. Roses is symbolic, and we use white. Now, we have a little issue sometimes finding white. We've had to use red one time. It's the thought that counts in this. I just dropped the word white from the statement and say rose. And the person who gets the rose, during the discussion, the reading of the tribute, it says we leave a white rose for you in honor. We lay this either beside the urn or on the casket, provided it's not a Catholic service where the casket has been blessed and covered, in which case we just hand it to the family member when we give our condolences at the end. And then there's the reading. Personally, I take this apart and I just kind of roll it like a scroll. I don't carry the red file down in front of everybody so it looks a little neater as we're walking. Carry it like a scroll. And it's always going to be typed in a large font. I do wear my reading glasses. I think I'm going blind, but it's in a large font. And I will send this to you by email so you can read over it and kind of get familiar with it. The only other thing is if you think you're going to be speaking, you might want to put a little bottle of water in the car on your way, because if your mouth gets dry, when you get nervous, your mouth gets dry. And that's also why we have the drops, just to kind of keep that moisture going if you need it. And now I'll go into a little bit about the service itself. We like to go towards the end, often like just before the last prayer or benediction, because when you do a final roll call, it's kind of odd if then 3-4 people get up and speak. So we do ask that we go towards the end, but we don't push. Our goal is to satisfy the family as best that we can and honor them. So we go with whatever fits into their specific request. Usually we get there a little early and sit in the very back. The reason we sit in the back is it just looks a little nicer that when we come down there, if there's several of us, we make a nice little line to the front. And we divide the jobs based on the number of people we have. If there's only 2 people, one holds the lamp and the reading paper, the other gets the rose and the triangle. These are not hard, fast rules. Divide it up amongst yourself with what you're comfortable doing. If there's 4 people, can each have a job. If there's 3, we just kind of make it work. One day, hopefully, we'll have a row of people at funerals, but for right now, we usually have 2, sometimes 3. and it's worked just fine. The families are always very appreciative. And we'll do a practice service after. Thank you.